All right guys, PJ back with Exotic Car Hacks, and today we are talking about this car. Well, not really, but its replacement, the Revuelto. I mean, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But this is gonna be an exciting time because we are talking about something that has now been re-engineered after 12 full years. So it's an exciting time here on Exotic Car Hacks. So if you've opened Instagram or Facebook, there is no way you're a car guy and you're not scrolling and someone hasn't posted the new replacement to the Aventador. As a matter of fact, if you go to YouTube right now and type in Lamborghini, the first thing that comes up after as a suggestion is the Revuelto, or however you say that, the replacement to the almighty Aventador. Before we talk about that, one second, I want to show you this. This is my Turbo S that I told you we just ended up lowering it right now, put IP exhaust on it, and we are waiting on the most incredible 1886 forged wheels. Let's go back to the Aventador. So the Aventador SVJ, SV, base model, S model, and Ultimate were a long series of Aventadors that obviously came out for quite a bit, right? They've been around for a long time. Introduced back in 2012 with a base model, and now about 11 years later, or probably another year before the actual car starts to hit the market, 12 years later comes its replacement. Now, what were the faults in the Aventador? Let's talk about that for a second. We had a single clutch transmission that couldn't be reinvented, so every Aventador, regardless that it was the SVJ or the final Ultimate, all came with single clutches. Was that a problem? Not necessarily. A lot of people would say so because this car ultimately drove very clunky in the city and then got really alive, especially for the SVJ and the S variant and the Ultimate variant, on the highway at high speeds. So the clutch, not that big of an issue on the highway or while racing, a huge issue when driving in the city for that clunkiness and that annoyment in the jerkiness. So it made the car very much get its status as a stunt car and not so much a driver's car. But the SVJ did change that by winning a world record unexpectedly, thanks to its ALA system, its rear wheel steering, and all of these little add-ons that made this car much more agile than people expected, especially seeing its incredible size. So people started to rethink the Aventador as a real driver's car after this car appeared, the S was around, and the Ultimate gave it a much more usable kind of car. And honestly, let's just look at it for a second. There was no better design for under $1 million. This was a 700K super loaded Nero Nemesis Aventador SVJ. This was a $1 million 918 when new. This car is now worth almost 1 million. This car is worth almost 2 million. So you can see the differences here, hypercar versus regular supercar, and yet this has every piece of hypercar in its DNA, and it doesn't have to cost that much. This was a spectacular car for Lamborghini, and I really hope that the new Revuelto lives up to its name. So what do we know about it? 1,000 horsepower, dual clutch transmission, electric EV mode, all-wheel drive. I mean, a lot of exciting stuff, and the world's first hybrid V12. So a lot of people said the Aventadors are going away, goodbye to the V12, replaced by probably some V10 twin turbo or V8 twin turbo, and that did not happen. Now, we knew for a fact that the V12 would come back with an electric motor for one reason, because we saw this in the Scion, and the Scion made sense, right? The Scion, whatever you say it or call it. Remember, that car was basically like the future of Lamborghini, and they always kind of start somewhere with giving us a hint of where they're going. So we see right off the picture, we can see Reventon, no, not Reventon, I'm sorry, what's that, Veneno, that special, whatever, like one of a kind that Lamborghini they made. Like again, you can see those tail lights in the new Revuelto. You can see some of the Scion kind of headlight design. Instead of rear tail lights, the headlights are from the Scion. So you have all of these little patches from different brands. You see the side skirts that look very Centenario-ish. So again, you see a lot of that Lamborghini heritage DNA, which I think is a good thing. And there is one problem with the car too that you also notice, which is also terrible. It really, on the side, from the side profile, not in person, has that same curvy that the Corvette C8 has, which I think is absolutely ugly. In person though, it looks a lot better. I can tell you, I've seen the car. It has a much better side. It is much wider and it doesn't give you that same feeling as the Corvette, but you can't unsee that when you see him profile for profile. So something to note. So am I excited about it? Yes, I've already ordered it. I ordered it quite a while ago, like almost 7-8 months before it was released in picture. And someone asked me, why do you keep ordering cars without knowing what they look like? What if you don't like it? So there are two key things you need to know if you're going to order a new Lamborghini. Trust the heritage of the brand, because that's what you're basically buying. You know that every V12 Aventador or Murcielago or anything that has come out was always iconic ahead of its time. And even though I will agree that the SVJ probably looks better than the base Revuelto, it's only the baseline for what we're starting. Imagine the first Aventador in 2012, imagine the first Revuelto, and that gives you much better context of what is to come, and very exciting at that. So if you're gonna order a car like that, instead of waiting till the pictures come out and then calling all your dealers when there's already a 2-year waiting list, I would highly recommend getting in early and putting those deposits now, even though 2 years later, there's no way someone's not gonna take your car if you choose not to take it. So I highly recommend doing that no matter what. So, you know, for me, I ordered that car quite a while ago. It is finally now being ordered in the way I wanted it spec'd, and it'll be exciting to share with you guys on the channel. And of course, I'll be buying the SV variant, the SVJ variant, or anything else that comes out, because I'm just a diehard Lamborghini fan. I think their brand is excellent, their service is excellent, their dealership model is excellent, and it's just been a better brand for me than Ferrari, McLaren, or any of the other brands put together, except Bugatti, which is the same. So Bugatti and Lamborghini kind of hand to hand there with the Volkswagen Group, and I think they're both fantastic brands. So Lamborghini all the way, excited to see the new Revuelto once it actually comes here in this garage, and excited to share my spec. Again, if you want to learn how to make money off of cars or literally build a car collection without losing any money and be able to park and invest your money, click the link below. Take my free course on how to hack a car so you can learn the differences and no longer fall victim to consumerism. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about the new Revuelto, or whatever you said, or if I'm saying it wrong, make fun of me in the comments. And of course, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll catch you next time for Exotic Car Hacks.